Welcome to Variant, where we love comics more than I want a Darkwing Duck t-shirt, because seriously, that would be awesome. I'm your host, Arris. Before I get into today's episode, I just want to let you guys know that I'll once again be hanging out at the Lost Toys in Dallas, Texas on August 26th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you're in the area, be sure to come by and say hello. I'll be selling all sorts of comics, collectibles, and nerdy stuff. But as for today's episode, we all know that Wonder Woman has been the female hero in the spotlight in recent years due to her introduction into the DCEU, including her awesome solo movie that came out in June. However, she's not the only great female hero, and definitely not the only one who possesses godlike power. Supergirl's actually right up there with her, and today, I'm gonna prove it. We're also gonna be giving away this limited edition Supergirl statue from DC Collectibles, based on the live-action Supergirl series. So stick around to the end of the episode for details on how to win. Now let me start with an example that tells you right off the bat just how powerful Supergirl really is. In the New 52, Kara beat the crap out of Superman. She was literally throwing him around. Sure, Superman wasn't using his full strength with her, but no matter how you slice it, that's incredibly impressive. It also makes all the sense in the world that Supergirl was able to do this, considering she's a Kryptonian herself. In this same fight, she punched Superman through the freaking Great Wall of China, which is kinda careless. Do you have any idea how long it took them to build that thing? Plus, it keeps those dragon lizard things out. Matt Damon knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, when she's not destroying the 7 wonders of the world, she also made a god bleed. When she punched Wonder Woman, who was the god of war in the New 52, she made her bleed from the mouth, technically hitting a god so hard she made her bleed with this single punch. If I could punch that hard, I'd join the UFC tomorrow. Then, as a Red Lantern, she picked up a cargo ship that weighed roughly 153,000 tons, which is a feat in itself. But once she picked up said ship, she then smacked Superman across the ocean with it. If you haven't caught on, she really wasn't the biggest Superman fan in the New 52. She's also been shown to sustain temperatures of 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. In layman's terms, that's extremely hot. But how about some pre-New 52 examples? Not surprisingly, she liked taking on Superman in pre-New 52 as well. A Darkseid-possessed Supergirl fought Superman and Batman on Apokolips, and nearly killed both of them. She literally laid the smackdown on Superman and even threw him out a window. Superman did get his hands on a kryptonite ring and threw the final blow. But if it wasn't for that ring, Superman wouldn't have been so lucky. What's also extremely interesting is that she was said to be faster than Superman in the comics. The caption reads, "Her rate of acceleration is nothing short of astonishing." I have several theories as to why her abilities seem to rival and possibly surpass Clark. I won't share them till I have more data. Then the next page shows Superman being left in the dust and thinking the following to himself: "Gone, even with super hearing, telescopic vision, everything. She lost me. I'd almost feel proud, except I think she did it just to prove she could." That right there is all sorts of crazy, but it also brings up the topic of how lots of people say that Supergirl is stronger than Superman. Some of you might even be thinking that the instances I already mentioned of her beating the crap out of Superman prove that she is. But I could also bring up the time when Batman himself said that Supergirl absorbs solar radiation with greater ease than Superman, basically saying that Supergirl has greater potential for overall power than Superman. However, while that may be the case, I've personally always chalked it up to her just being way more reckless with her powers, as she tends to go all out while Superman is usually holding back as not to harm the people around him. Okay, I'm talking about comic book Superman, not we're gonna fight in this highly populated city while buildings are falling on innocent people Superman. But no matter how you want to look at it, it definitely could be argued that she gives him a run for his money. To further the point, I think we could all agree that Alan Scott Green Lantern, Jay Garrick Flash, Mr. Terrific, and even Wildcat, who helped train Batman, are a force to be reckoned with, especially when teamed up. But even together, they couldn't seem to get the upper hand on Solomon Grundy. Power Girl seemingly couldn't stop him either. Enter Supergirl, who gave him a right hook straight to the jaw, taking Grundy down, which leaves everyone around her shocked. After which she just says, hi, hope you didn't mind that. And you know what? I don't think they did. She also once gave Superboy a right hook, sending him flying on his butt. She even says, "What the? I broke your jaw." But then she used her X-ray vision and said it doesn't look broken. Either way, she knocked Superboy on his butt and punched him so hard he couldn't talk properly. She's also vibrated herself so fast that she couldn't be seen by Wonder Girl. Talk about stealing a page from Flash's book. In another instance, she was split into 2 equally powerful parts when Lex used black kryptonite on her, giving us Dark Supergirl. Afterwards, she easily defeated Lex, and then used her super speed to steal John Stewart Green Lantern's ring right off his finger, to which Stewart says, "Look, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you can't make that work." But Supergirl responded by saying, "John, don't tell me what I can't do," and uses his own ring against him. That's so baller, it's not even funny. She later went on to say, "It's all about willpower, isn't it? Well, I've got news for you. I'm all about willpower." To give you yet another example, with one blow she defeated Superman from Titans of the Future. She even says to him, "You see, that's the thing, Kal-El. Half of your DNA may be Clark's, but I'm all Kryptonian." I'm not gonna lie, she's got some pretty awesome one-liners. It's like she's bringing 80s action movies back.
Yeah. Stick around.
Then there was the time she used her raw strength to land a jumbo jet on her back like it was no big deal. To put that in perspective, a jumbo jet weighs roughly around 360 tons. And she landed that on her back as if she was giving a 3-year-old a piggyback ride. Understand this, she didn't even break a sweat. This next one is really funny. When she was fighting Equus, she lifted a train car, to which he said, "So you could lift a locomotive. Big deal, I threw that one at you." At which point, she threw it into space, leaving Equus at a loss for words. Or how about the time she faced off against radioactive villain Reactron, and he set off a nuke inches from her face, but she walked away completely unharmed. She was casually pissed, saying, "Was that a nuke? Did he just nuke me?" "Yeah, Supergirl, he really did." In the New 52, she was able to give Barry Allen Flash a run for his money. He's still faster than her because he's the fastest man alive, but she's still not that far off. Supergirl has had a cornucopia of strongest moments, but I'm gonna end with one of the last examples that I think is really cool. And that's the time that her fists contained the mass of moons and legs that burned with the power of suns. When fighting Cyborg Superman, she says, "Cyborg Superman, show yourself. You stole my flesh, but in doing so made me anew. Do you see? Fists with the massive moons, legs that burn with the heat of suns, I have the power of creation at my fingertips, and I will not stop until I have forged you a world of misery. Come to me, Cyborg Superman, and feel the wrath of what you have birthed." What she's saying is, she's beyond OP at this point. I mean, fists with the massive moons and legs that contain the heat of suns? Not to mention the power of creation at her fingertips? That's just all kinds of crazy town. In the end, Supergirl is at the very least much stronger and much more powerful than most people realize. Now that's just our list of Supergirl's strongest moments, but let us know what your list would be in the comment section down below. But before I go, you guys want to know how to win an awesome Supergirl statue from DC Collectibles? Sure you do. Well, all you have to do is make sure you're following Variant on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Then head over to variantcomics.com/giveaways and fill out the contest form. You have until Tuesday, August 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time to enter. We'll then be announcing the winner on all 3 social media platforms on Thursday, August 24th. So don't procrastinate. A link for the giveaway is in the description as well. So good luck, and we'll see you next time when we talk about all things comics.